Speaking about overrated ukulele reviews, ukulele review channel, one is you got GotAUke for several reasons. First reason is uh, not being able to withstand criticism. I always said in my comments that what he said was stupid, and I showed and demonstrate why. I didn't say he was stupid, but I don't think that being overly politically correct is the way to go. Lack of criticism is bad. Not being able to take criticism is bad. Not able to distinguish accusation towards the person and his or their opinion is a big mistake. If you are on the internet, you should have a thick skin. Starting from a person that only showed his face because I told him to, and that was the beginning of his channel taking off. Instead of showing gratitude, he blocked me from his channel because I said that buying fishing line in bulk is not an option for several reasons. First thing, you don't have when you need wound strings. He doesn't like wound strings. Okay, he doesn't like wound strings, but wound strings is what most people like. Okay, so he didn't say up front, yeah, there is a big problem, there is a big flaw in what I'm saying. You cannot get wound strings because they don't make fishing line using wound line. Second thing, you buy something that is fluorocarbon. Not everybody likes fluorocarbon. Even if you like it, to recoup your expense, it takes years. And you should have different gauges according to different ukuleles. So if you have a baritone or a soprano, or the initial expense is huge. You need to play the same strings for years to economize what? Second thing, even if you pay 1/4, it's not worth it because the initial investment is high because if you have, second thing, you don't have one strings. Third thing, you are bound to use the same string for years and years and years. Third thing, you can change your mind. You can change your mind, and you are saddled with a huge amount of strings. His reasoning would make sense for a luthier, okay, that churns out a lot of instruments. Even that, people, when they buy their instrument, they want a little tag with Aquila Daddario, and if you don't put anything, people assume that you economized on the strings. Okay, so the whole idea of buying fishing line, assuming the fishing line that is produced for fishing is exactly the same they produce for ukuleles, and this is something you have to demonstrate, and he hasn't demonstrated anything. And I'm sure you would recognize money, but all what I said that makes perfect sense made him just, because I insisted. Yes, I insist. If you don't come up with the right answer and you are on the internet and you make people buy things and spend money on these things and this absolute nonsense for the reason I've explained before, I have the right to warn people, don't go that way. That is absolutely stupid. and they cost more. Normally it costs more. They are packaged, they are cut, and they must earn something. And I say, you don't buy in bulk if you don't consume or sell in bulk. Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I pay more for something because if I bought in bulk, I couldn't consume that in time, and doesn't make any sense. Also because people want to change their mind, they want to try different things. So the upshot of all of this is that not only he blocked me, but said he wrote some nasty comments about getting out of the framework, or things like this. Okay, so first thing. Second thing, he makes reviews or ukulele, the way I hear it, with very big flaws. One, he reviewed an ukulele, saying he doesn't know whether there is a truss rod or not. You unscrew, you open, and you see there's no truss rod. It would take 3 minutes to check. He didn't do that. Second thing, he said, I would review my ukulele with a string I find. Yes, but most people change their strings, and in the case at hand, the strings that were on the ukulele were so bad that the whole review was flawed by this thing. I changed the strings. I saw there was no truss rod because I took the time to change the strings. I used the money, and I bothered to unscrew the cover and see there was no truss rod. You know why? Because I don't think I'm the shit. I'm a common guy. I don't think I made it so I can fix my laws and impose on other people. I do that. No, I don't do that because I need to help people and to give the best service I can give. After some months, you still read music? Yes, because I play hundreds of songs, and because I never pose as an accomplished player. And what? Another thing, he can't sing to save his life. I saw him singing. It was so bad. I wouldn't say bad. It was so common, standard, run-of-the-mill. Bog standard. Really, you know what? Don't do anything that all other people do the same way. Bad. Yeah, I have a lot of flaws. I don't play well. I'm a basic player, but you cannot tell me that I underrate singing. That's something I've never done. And what I've been doing in the last 4 or 5 years is testament to the fact that I always try to improve on both fronts, singing and playing. Actually, for some reason, my singing is much better. I will work on my playing, okay? But I can see when somebody is just singing for the hell of it and thinks he's singing well. No, it's just muddling through, okay? But he has I'm sure there are other people that didn't like his singing, but they were already blocked. Third thing, yesterday, I still watch. To criticize people, you need to get the whole picture. This is a maple back and sides, and now the light is not good, but anyway. And this is a solid spruce top. You know what? When you say solid spruce top is light, the instrument is light, Don't you know, you ukulele expert, that if you, like many people, leave your instrument hanging or under the sun, or you use it outdoor, spruce gets darker and darker till it's almost orange, okay? So he says things, and people buy the ukulele and know well it's playing because they're always the same color. And after 3 or 4 years, they will find a ukulele that has a completely different um, looks. Has completely different looks. You know why? Because spruce, I know that all my ukulele are like this. Spruce gets darker and darker. So I don't say things just for the hell of it. I think that that channel is overly overrated, if you pardon my pun. It's really extremely overrated. At the beginning, I think he used to make better views. Like most people, when they get success, they'll rest on their laurels and they become sloppy. A lot of things he say just his opinions, and you should distinguish opinions from facts. He has a thing against China. I don't know why. Many reviews, it sounds like he hated Chinese people. I don't know why. This is Chinese. This is like Chinese. No Chinese people. He hated Chinese-made instruments. This is Oriental. This is that's typically British. You know. Yeah. I'm sorry to tell that nowadays England is much more. It's less relevant in the world than China. Sorry to tell you, no British Empire anymore. So there was a thing about Chinese things. I always come up with friction or upright pegs here. No, friction tuners. That unless they are how to put it, there's a mechanism inside. They are very bad. But anyway, they need to have something like this inside, not real friction tuners that do not work for ukuleles. Well, they don't work well. Other things is, yeah, I mean, a lot of the things he says sounds like this is a luthier friend of mine, so it's very good. Nah. He speaks about a tenor and saying is loud, but all mainly on ukuleles that are made in a different way and where cutaway influences more. It's on a ukulele, cutaway takes out more square centimeters than on a guitar. I think that cutaways on ukuleles are for the most part useless unless they a ukulele with a cutaway will never sound loud. Okay. The best thing he could do, like Thoman does, I don't have it, but I don't pretend to be that good. He does. A display with a decibel, and while he plays, you can actually see. Gives you an idea, more objective than saying it's loud, it's not loud, having a decibel meter beside you, always in the same place, and you play the ukulele always the same place. Not, if you like the ukulele, you want it to sound you want it to sound louder, you play like this, and if you don't like the other model, you play like, no, always place the same over there and you over somewhere else and over here. That's what I think, and I think that really there should be, because I cannot find very good reviews with he doesn't like a lot of things, and he always time he stresses what he likes and what he doesn't like. I think people are not interested, but objectively, instruments with cutaway don't sound as loud as instrument with cutaways, and the thing is, you can hear it. So I started with problem with nylon strings, problem with taking criticism, not having a thick skin, and other things that I don't like. You know, you should change the strings if you think the instrument is much better than the strings, because most people change the strings after a month, so it's not important, you know, with 10 euros you change the strings. So put this I say this instrument costs 70 euros since it needs immediately change the strings, and it changes strings. I will show you how an instrument that costs 80 euro sounds perfectly fair, you know, because sooner or later you're gonna change the strings, and maybe you can discover that the instrument that you GotAUke said it was shit. It's not shit at all, because you GotAUke didn't bother to change the strings for 10 euros, 8 euros. I have more respect for the people that watch my videos, and when I have old strings, say that, because I have so many instruments and I cannot change every time all the strings, but at least I say that. And when I review in my humble way an instrument, I try to give all the necessary information, like scale, nut width, how deep the instrument is, and sometimes measurement here and here. That's a good review. Another thing I don't do but should do, weigh the instrument. Okay, it's important. Not so much for the ukuleles, but for guitars it can be. When you sing. You know why? Because most people don't sing. And I'm sorry to say that, he can play much better than I do. I know, it's not bad as a player, but when he sings, no, please, no. Goodbye. I'm gonna get a lot of dislikes. I don't care. I spoke my mind. Now you heard, I would say in Italian, the other opinion. Goodbye.